Welcome to another episode of Replay, everyone. I have a Dorito in my mouth. I did not know we were going live right now. I got Dan Tack here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Alex Stadnik. I'm Andrew Reiner, by the way.
Hello.
And we're gonna be taking a look at Demon Souls from 2009. That is actually going to be coming back here to PlayStation 5 in. Well, we don't know yet, do we, Dan? We don't have an exact release date.
We don't have a date. The rumor is that it's a launch title, but I don't know why they wouldn't have told us that if that was the case.
Yeah, so a lot of the games that are listed for PlayStation 5 as holiday, those you have to assume are probably launch titles. Spider-Man, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The ones unannounced, probably launch window. That could be up and through the first quarter. We don't know. We saw some that were 2022. I would not be surprised if Horizon is next holiday. We'll have to see. Guerrilla is amazing. They've been working on this game for a while. Remember with PlayStation 4, they launched with Killzone. I would not be surprised if they're in launch window, but it would seem to make sense to have that as a big holiday game for your first year.
Yeah.
But we'll see. More importantly, Alex is going to be playing Demon Souls, much to our chagrin, Mr. Dan Tack.
Oh, this will be great. What are you talking about?
Dan has been on camera playing this before on a Game Informer series I used to call Chronicles from way back in the day, and played it very well. I think we might have passed the sticks on that one.
We were playing past the sticks, and we didn't even get past 1-1. I don't think we were in the first level. We got past the tutorial. We only had one episode, so
how do you think Alex is going to do here?
I think Alex will complete the tutorial.
Good.
Unless we tell him to play a class that doesn't start with gear that he can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's creating his character, I believe.
Yeah, chat. Yeah. I apologize. The cameras are a little wonky right now, but that's okay. There we go.
Hey, Samurai, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're gonna get started here with Demon Souls. We're gonna set Alex up with a class. We'll walk him through the tutorial. I think he'll be able to take on the Vanguard, no problem.
Okay.
Ganther Thor, great comment about me dying to Dragon Rider. It's classic. It never gets old. I love it. Thanks. There are many videos out there of me destroying Dragon Rider and many other bosses in epic fashion. Just so you know. But hey, I had a great time losing to that guy too. Everybody can get flustered. Dark Souls can do that to you.
Yeah.
Butts.
You gotta go butts. Yeah. Okay.
So, Dan, how many Mario Ghost hats do you have now?
I have 2.
Okay.
They're becoming a thing. Like, I got the first one. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
So I was like, well, it's time to start. It's just like the jackets, right? Like Mario Ghost hats are now a thing for me. They become. It's like Demon Souls to Dark Souls,
Yeah.
Or Kingsfield to Demon Souls.
Yeah.
And your set's becoming very neon. You got a D light. Are you going to get an A and an N as well, or
just the D? Just the D. That's right.
So what am I? What class am I going? You said Vanguard.
No, Vanguard is the boss you're going to fight first.
Oh,
yeah,
all right. Good start here. Good start here then.
Knight's fine. Templar, if you got it. Yeah, there's a lot of classes in this one, right?
Yeah. So we have Soldier, Knight, Hunter.
Casting is actually super powerful, like obscenely powerful in this game, but I don't want to start you off with it. Just the classic Knight is fine.
I'm usually a hack and slash type of guy. Let's see.
Temple Knight's really good.
Yeah.
Temple Knight's really good. You get Cure Mat. No, Temple Knight, not Knight.
Oh, Temple Knight. Okay.
If you want to play with, I think it'll give you the edge.
Cool. I will take the edge after. I think
Temple Knight's one of the strongest opening classes. Yeah.
Let's see.
Ganther Thor, you're not wrong. This game. Okay. So for those of you who don't know and have only played the Dark Souls games, this game is way more rough around the edges. There are OP stuff like magic is insanely overpowered in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to its benefit, this did kick off the entire Souls genre, right? It is a spiritual successor to the Kingsfield series, which was also made by From Software. But this was kind of ground zero, the foundation for Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, all these games, right? This is all that where stuff, it all started.
Yep, all that stuff you can see here. In fact, many of the, I don't want to call them tropes, but From Software has just things that they do in every game, and they're in here. They start here.
Yeah.
Dr. Mono says to rank the Souls games. I have done that a million times, but
just rattle it off, man.
Just the Souls, or do you want to include Bloodborne in that?
With Bloodborne, yeah.
And with demons, because these are questions. Like
And
sometimes
Sekiro and Lords of the Fallen.
and Sekiro.
Wow.
Lords of the Fallen's at the bottom. Lords of the Fallen's at the bottom. Okay.
What?
Okay. If we're including Sekiro, the list looks like this: Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Demon Souls, Sekiro.
Wow. There it is, folks. Also, I think
Surge
that's
1 and 2, and then Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah.
Lords. Oh man, you know what? I think I like Lords of the Fallen better than the Surge.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay. That's Butts for today's
Hey,
episode.
buds.
He looks good.
It looks like he's sucking on a lemon. He's very cold. It's not good.
You can do crazy stuff with your character in this one.
Yeah.
Dr. Mono, I hope you enjoyed my list.
King Alan
Yes, I'm including. Okay, so for my list, everything includes all the DLC if there's DLC.
brought
Okay.
unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is,
Play a little Demon Souls, you
until
didn't
the
like it,
colorless
and you
deep
haven't played the Souls
fog
like because of it.
swept
Well,
across the
Demon
land.
Souls is the roughest cut, Dustmat, so I would try one of the more refined modern
was
ones if
cut
you
off
want,
from the
and I
outside
think you'd like it
world.
more.
All right, Dan,
With
take me
those who
back
dared
to
penetrate the
2009.
deep fog,
2009. This game,
You not being a console player
but
probably
rather
didn't
freaks
play
of the
Demon
royal
Souls.
twin
not on
realms.
release. No, you're right.
Did you
Free
first
from
play
the
Dark
fog,
Souls and then go
and
back
told
to
the
Demon
world
Souls?
of
Yes.
Boletaria's plight.
Okay. When did you play Demon Souls?
That the old
God,
King Alan
That's
Was
a
it
good
after
one.
Dark Souls 1 or 2?
It was after
or-
Dark Souls
the
1.
great beast
Okay, so you were
began
like, I
before
need more
Dark
of
Souls
this.
2.
from
Yes.
its
Okay.
eternal slumber, and that a colorless
Yeah, I
fog
remember when it
had
came in the
swept
office. It was published by
unleashing
Atlas,
terrible
right?
demons.
Which made it super weird, which is why nobody thought
Yeah.
it would get remade.
Demons
Huh.
took
Exactly.
our men
But
and claimed
it
their
came in the
souls.
office. I don't remember
Those
who
lose their
was
souls
on the
also
review,
lose their minds.
but whoever was on the review
The
just
mad
didn't
attack the sane, and
get it.
chaos
I don't understand the game at all.
I don't blame
And was like, I can't even like get past
Spoke
through
of
the first
enticing
level or whatever.
power
Like,
of
what
the
is this
demon
game?
souls.
And then I believe Phil Kohler ended up taking
Each time
over
a demon claims a
and doing the
human
Game
soul,
Informer review. Like, fell in
the
love with it.
demon's
I can't remember
own
what we
soul
ended
is
up scoring that
invigorated
first
by the
one.
life force,
Dan, if you could look that up.
and the
think it was an
power of
8.5, but I'll
a
look it up.
demon soul
Yeah.
is
I remember
beyond
GameSpot
human
gave it
imagination.
their Game of the Year that year, and it really took off from there.
The
Like Dark
legend
Souls, like
spread quickly.
the success of Demon Souls.
Mighty
You know,
warriors
obviously
were
they
drawn
they
to
were
the
like,
accursed
we had a
land,
great idea, but now we really know how to
but none
refine
have
it,
returned.
and that's what they did with Dark Souls. And obviously, you had the franchise name change from Demon Souls
Wow.
to Dark Souls because of
Lurked the
a different
silent
publisher.
chief.
I gave it a 9.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
Urbane.
Nice. We were right. That's awesome. You know, that's the GI difference, guys. Just to acknowledge chat real quick.
The sixth
Noe,
saint
what's going on?
Astraea and her knight Garl Vinland,
What was it? Something for Christmas?
and sage
For Christmas, you're getting Black Ops 4. We acknowledged your comment last time. You said this in the last stream. And
colorless deep fog
what else we got?
slowly creeps
Dark Souls 2
beyond
Scholar First Sin. Yeah,
Boletaria's
Scholar First Sin is great,
borders.
although they're really tough on the boss runs.
Humankind
That's
And
saying
you
something, I
believe
feel
that these
like.
games click with you or they don't. Dog Attorney, I agree with you, but I also believe that they click for a lot more people than you think. You have to stick with it for a little bit and give it a chance to click with you. A lot of people put it down right away and don't give them that
But
chance.
Boletaria has one
hmm.
final
So
hope.
I do encourage people to try it. Not this one. Dark Souls 3, I don't think it's the best Dark Souls, but it's the most accessible one if you want to go into Souls. But Bloodborne is the best of all of them. So go Bloodborne.
Dark Souls 3 is the one I spent the most time in and really liked my time with it, but then I stopped playing for a bit and then I was like, how do I possibly play this game anymore? It was like too deep where it's like I couldn't like get that muscle memory back where I needed it.
So this one's got a lot of like, you can see the core and the philosophies behind lots of the concepts that get more refined as we journey through the Souls games. They're all here in this game. A lot of the same like boss tropes even are things like, oh, you're gonna fight two guys at once, or giant flame thing, you know, which we'll see in every Souls game.
I shall guide you.
And you know, it kind of started in Kingsfield where they were just like,
Oh, sure.
here's a world, just go. You figure out how to do everything. We're not going to tell you anything. And
So
that
that you may
was,
love
like I
the
said,
old
our
one.
first critic
Back to
was like,
slumber.
what is this thing? But for people that actually got it, you know, it was like, holy hell, this is amazing.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Best entry point, Dustmat, I gotta say, is probably Bloodborne. If you don't have access to Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 is the easiest one to accessibility-wise. They're all going to be a little obtuse, but this one's probably the most. And Sekiro, I think Sekiro is the most difficult, so that would not be the good choice to start with.
Yeah, and you don't have to go back and find a copy of this game and a PlayStation 3. There is a PlayStation 5 version coming. Dan, what do you know about this one?
Well, what we know is that Blue Point Games is doing it,
That's good.
and that From Software has no involvement with it, which is making some core
That's
Souls
interesting.
fans quite nervous, right? And they're rebuilding it from the ground up. So I'm assuming when they're doing, we don't know the extent of it. I don't think they're going to change any mechanics, but this game, this is a whole tangent we have to go into in a minute. This game has super weird mechanics and multiplayer stuff that I don't know if they're going to bring back. We will see about that. But they are rebuilding it from the ground up. The assets we saw and the trailer we saw, I think they look incredible. Some Souls fans have already started the train that, the art doesn't look as dark as the original, and it doesn't look right, and the assets aren't as good. Whatever. I think it looks freaking sweet, but it does remain to be seen. It's a big responsibility on Blue Point to handle this game, basically. You know, in a way that both the fans and newcomers are going to like it.
So is Demon Souls more about blocking or dodging?
It can be either.
Yeah.
Just like the Souls games, you're kind of like making your own character.
Okay.
Again, this game magic is super strong, more so than any of the other Souls games, I think.
Okay.
You can just do really degenerate and OP stuff in this game. Like, they left a lot of... Like, this game is all about you can break the game can break you, and all the Souls games are like that to some extent, but this one, like I said, this one has the most rough curves.
Okay,
right?
I got you. So why...
And I just have to...
Oops, sorry.
I have to point out, due to our technical difficulties, Dan and I cannot see the live feed of Alex playing, so we're watching it at the same delay you are, so we're not actually going to comment on when he dies and stuff, because it'll be like a minute later.
When I scream
Like
out in
breaking
agony,
space-time.
you'll know. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then we'll laugh.
Yeah. yeah. I'll come up to that.
Dustmat, I want to stress this. Stick with Bloodborne. The beginning of Bloodborne is the hardest part of the game, like bar none. If you can beat that first part, and you can, it'll just take you a few hours, you can beat the entire game. Seriously, it's the hardest part. Hitmonchan, I'm not playing because I don't have a PS3. We have on hand right now, which is why I'm not on the sticks. Podfid has a question that you can answer, Reiner. Are you going to do a Resident Evil replay?
Resident Evil. We've
Like
done
one,
Resident
or-
Evil super replays, but there's a new one coming. Yeah, we should maybe look at some of the newer ones.
There you go.
Did you say
Not a
super
bad
or
idea.
regular?
Ooh, I would.
Uh-oh.
I think we'd go to Res Evil 5.
Okay.
Worse, like the newer ones that are now kind of old. Gosh, time is flying.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This thing I'm drinking right now is insane.
What is it?
What are you drinking?
It's a-
Vodka.
Reiner, that's not till 5, man. We're drinking a birthday cake blast bang.
Oh, wow.
All right. This actually tastes like birthday cake. I am not even kidding you. It is really weird. Anyway.
What did you expect when you got it? Like, you seem like it
it's
just
usually
didn't
usually
click
like
with
cake.
you.
Usually cake and cupcake stuff that's supposed to taste like that doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
It tastes like really bad. This tastes legit. Like I'm
Let me see that
biting
can.
into a cupcake. Yeah.
Bang?
Bang.
Bang.
Where do you get that?
It's like an energy drink. You can order it. I order it by the case.
Wow.
I haven't had this flavor before though. Man, it is wild.
Today's episode
Hey,
replay brought to you by Bang.
Hey,
I wish, right? Hey, bang. There you go.
can you hold that up? Can you hold that up again? Let's see if we can summon Jeff Keighley.
This always works.
Jeff
Alex,
Keighley.
I can't see YouTube chat on Twitch.
Can't see the YouTube chat on Twitch, huh?
Yeah, no restream. No restream.
Well, I'm
bot.
on YouTube. I'll handle that. I thought you were doing
awesome.
it. They've been talking
I'm
about
on
the
Twitch.
storm.
Twitch chat usually it's piped in by the restream bot.
Yeah.
Let me refresh.
Today seems to be one technical error after the other, so chat, I apologize. But I'm happy to be here with you.
All right, so I'm going to answer a couple questions from chat, and then I'm going to go into the crazy stuff that we don't have any idea if Blue Point's going to do for this game because we are
Okay.
actually. kind of
Well,
Demon Souls
let's
fans.
assume without From Software, you can't go too crazy, right?
Right, you got to be faithful, right?
Yeah.
But that's
Or do you put your fingerprint on it? Like this is what we think a Souls game would be.
And they could legitimately do that. Now they have that
Ooh.
opportunity. And this game had really weird stuff in it. World Tendency is a really weird concept that I know From loves. From loves playing with the concept of like light and dark worlds.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. And it is so like obtuse in this game. Like there is both character tendency, which doesn't matter too much, and then there's world tendency, which matters a lot, and it's all infused into the multiplayer. And it's like a lot of people don't understand it. I don't even think I understand it fully, but like I know the basics, right? But I know how it works in general. But like, there's all kinds of stuff that goes into it, and to get things to happen correctly, how you want it, you actually have to change the tendency and stuff. It gets crazy.
Huh.
And that was explored in the later games in different ways, but it wasn't as complex, just with the humanity system in general. Uncharted Steve says, I'm having a cut this weekend. Yes, I am. Hitmonchan says, why did you buy a cupcake flavor if it normally sucks? Experimentation, my friend. You got to try new
How many
things.
flavors do you
Slice of
have?
life.
The normal flavors I usually go to, Reiner. I usually have one called Rainbow Unicorn, which is a Skittles flavored.
Oh, saucy.
It's really good.
Like unofficial. It's not
unofficial.
legit.
Unofficial.
Okay, yeah,
If you
yeah,
drink it, you're like, wow, that's Skittles. I like Sour Heads, which is like Sour Patch Kids. And my ultimate favorite is Candy Apple Crisp. It is delicious.
Candy apple crisp.
So good.
Sounds like
So
you're gonna
good.
get cavities or something real quick.
Oh, this
from
is a sugar-free beverage.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's a sugar-free beverage.
All right.
It's a sugar-free energy drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Bang sponsor us.
Yeah.
Did you pour it? Did you pour it into a plastic cup,
I did.
or is that the vodka?
It's poured into a plastic. There's no vodka, Ryder. There's no vodka. There's no vodka. Dear God.
What? You're at home. Why do you have a plastic cup?
Because I always drink Bang over ice. So
Put it in a glass.
I didn't have a clean glass.
Are you just throwing stuff away left and right? Is that your thing? Like, you have no like actual like plates and dishes?
I have
It's all
plates and
plastic
dishes.
and paper.
You want me to go get some plates and dishes? I'm gonna have to turn my camera off.
Are you a college student? Like, what's happening?
I am a college student. Are we playing a game here, guys? Are we talking about Bang?
Your set is very distracting.
My set is professional and enticing.
It is
I think that's
enticing.
what it is.
It is something.
Great question from J. Cole 33. Do I think the Valley of Giants will be playable in the remake? I think this is a good opportunity. Let's talk about this for a minute.
Yeah.
This is a cut section from the game that never made it in. Everyone always talks about it. The arc stone that never was. From may or may not have actually developed it and had working models for it, but it never made it into the game. Bluepoint does have an opportunity here to put that into the game. Now, I have no doubt it will be extremely controversial if they do that. But I think it would be awesome. I think if you're going to do a remake like this to this extent, go nuts. The original game's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We could live in a world without any remake. Go for it. Put it in there. If it sucks, it sucks, and everybody will, dogpile on Bluepoint for it. But
Well, hold on.
give it a
though.
shot.
That doesn't sound
But
like
then
a good
you're gonna want-
alternative.
There are people that think this game's like a 10, and they just want it looking better. So you're gonna have both camps of like you saying go nuts, let's see what you can do, and then others that just want it to be faithful, right?
Well, hang on. But that's just adding a new zone. They wouldn't change any other stuff. They're just adding a zone that was ostensibly supposed to be there in the original cut anyway.
Okay.
Oh god.
And it was cut for time and quality. Who knows what reasons, right? I don't know the exact reasons. We've asked Miyazaki about it several times. We've gone
Mist
there.
door. Oh, you guys are already beyond. He's already beyond the mist door. Sorry, I can't comment on this. But that is a staple of the Souls games. That mist door we just saw a minute ago or whatever. Yeah.
The
yeah.
Fog
that-
Gate. Yes.
Or sorry, yeah, fog gate.
Whatever. It's the same.
All the
I like
same.
this story. I like this story, actually. We got a lot of questions in chat. Wow, tendency is a cool idea. Yes, it is. Maybe they'll refine it. I don't know. What is the best order to play the Soulsborne games in? I don't care as long as you start with Bloodborne. Always start with Bloodborne if you can. If you can't start with Bloodborne, then start with Dark Souls 3. It'll ease you in. Here's the thing. Dark Souls
Okay,
3...
hold on. If you start with Dark Souls 3, would you say you can go back to 1 and 2, or is it just move on to Sekiro next then?
The reason you start with Dark Souls 3, you do go to 1 and 2 after. The reason you start with 3 is because some of the other games, you have to like climb a hill at the beginning, whereas Dark Souls 3 is just as challenging as the other games, but it's more of a steps up, right? One step at a time instead of a giant hill you have to, like a...
Oh no.
It's like much bigger gaps.
Guys,
difficulty than the other
guys, it happened.
Yeah, it's okay. You're gonna die to him once or twice. It's
Okay.
fine.
I did.
Just dodge.
Did you can you only heal once?
You've got that grass that you've got that heals you too.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because I was like spamming heal and nothing was happening. And
No. That's your spell heal.
Okay.
That's like a bonus.
Is that like the Estus flask?
No.
Okay.
But you've got grass.
Okay.
Use your grass.
Okay, hey, Duke Faison, who watches like all of our stuff and is awesome, says, Dan, help Alex with strategy. So we told him about grass. What else can he do
Okay, so this
on
boss,
this boss
Alex,
in particular?
this boss in particular is very, very slow.
Yeah.
All you have to do is get a couple hits in, walk away.
Yeah.
He'll try to jump at you. He's got like 2 attacks. He's got a really wide swing. It's easy to dodge. Don't try to block. Just roll out of the way. Oh yeah. There you go. Anyway,
It seemed that
It's fine.
that was the play, but
As
then
is
also
a from software tradition, you can lose to the first boss, and it just puts you into the game anyway.
so I actually knew that for chat, who's wondering if I'm any good at this game. I wanted to show you this scene.
Well, you get this scene anyway. So if you would have beaten that boss, all it does is give you a sneak peek of the Dragon God, who's later on in the game. The Dragon God will put you here and kill you. So you go here anyway. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Well, thanks for helping me out there, Dan.
No worries, bud. I knew you'd be okay.
Yeah. We'll get through it one of these days. Yeah, this is one of those times where it's like the backseat gaming is definitely appreciated.
No. It's you have a helping hand, and you have a master. You have a Mr. Miyagi with you here.
Yes.
You have a master.
We should do another one of those, like, take somebody who hasn't played a Souls game through a Souls game kind of thing. Those are a lot of fun.
Hello. I volunteer as tribute.
Well, yeah. Well, we're not going to go through this. Okay, let's just start here and go through the game, Alex. What are you doing this weekend?
Do it.
What am I doing this weekend? Sleeping after the
No,
last.
we're going through this. I got some birthday cake bang, and we're going to go through this puppy. Hitmonchan Big Dumb Guy build is obviously, if you know me, you know that's one of my favorite builds.
Yeah.
They can be hard to start.
Need a little bit more microphone from you.
Okay.
There
My
you
bad.
go. No, that's
Good?
fine.
All right.
You were all over. You were very comfortable, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I like to get comfortable around there.
Almost too comfortable.
But yeah, the Big Dumb Guy builds are really good. The problem with starting those Hitmonchan is oftentimes it can be a while into the game before you find the right weapon to do a big dumb build. But until then, you can always just use it like a club. Busted Vinyls, yes, I am.
My weapons.
All right,
Mr. Dan Tack.
yes, sir.
So we have Demon Souls coming. It'll be a
do.
nice little filler. But Elden Ring is the next big like Souls game, right?
Yeah, for sure. We didn't see any of it at the PlayStation event, which isn't surprising
No.
since it's multi-plat. But I do expect to see some of it this summer for sure, right? Like we gotta. It's
At
been a
some
while.
point, yeah.
Maybe Xbox's showcase, whatever that is.
Given that it showed at Xbox last E3,
Yep.
I think that stands to reason. Absolutely.
I think that's in July. Wonder when that game's coming. I don't know. I hope this year. Or maybe not.
It has been
I don't know,
so
man.
quiet.
Maybe not. Before COVID, I would have said slam dunk this year. But because of COVID, everything changes, right?
And I don't think From hasn't put out a message saying like things are on track, right? Kind of like Cyberpunk did. They've been dead silent since this, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from is usually dead silent.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's something to say.
That's true.
Yeah. I know some things about this game that I can't share, but Dan, what do you want to see from this?
From Elden Ring?
Yeah, from Elden Ring. Sorry.
I want them to do whatever they want to do, to be honest. I trust Miyazaki's vision for stuff. I didn't like Sekiro as much as I like the Souls games.
Mm-hmm.
But
Why
I
is that?
appreciate because of the less customization aspect, actually. You can play that game in a very set fashion. I like the game a lot. I just don't like the fact that you can't play as a wizard or, a big dumb guy or a super agile guy or the RPG, so to speak, aspects of this.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more punishing on the player. That part I don't mind because that's part of what the games are, is overcoming and triumphing over difficulty, sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the fact that, like, with Dark Souls, I can always be like, oh, I'm going to roll up and play a new build. And Sekiro, I got the same katana no matter what build I'm playing, right?
For sure. Can you guys look at the the video and tell me where I should be going? I'm on the top of like...
Yeah. There's going to be a portal. You're going to go to World 1-1. It's the only place you can go right now, actually.
Is the portal in this room? Like on the top of the stairs?
Yeah. No, you just go around.
Okay.
Just look. You can't actually miss it, Alex. Just go near the maiden.
Okay, then this is not where I'm supposed to be.
These games, all the Souls games, sort of have like a hub area, like this one. Although in this one is the only one that actually sort of goes Mega Man style with it.
Hmm.
This game has defined worlds like
that's a good way to describe it.
1, 2, and after you do the first world, which Alex is going to find eventually here,
One of these days.
After you do the first world, you can kind of go in any order you want, which is really interesting.
Huh. So like, could you
again Mega Man style?
Could you beat this game like without doing any of like the other missions, or do you have to like?
There are some things you have to do.
Mhm.
For sure. Like, again, you have to do the Phalanx mission first, which is the one you're going to do when you find it. Just go to the Maiden in Black. It's like right near her. Like, look for like a little thing to click on.
Okay.
Go to where civilization is. You're going to like areas that you haven't like, gotten into.
Yeah. Okay.
And Dan, we've talked to Miyazaki a couple times. You've been in his office.
I have.
We have gotten a look behind the curtain a lot, and it's amazing how they iterate on games. There's things in Dark Souls 3 we can't talk about again. I apologize for this, but ideas that didn't make it into Dark Souls 3 that could make it into Elden Ring or Dark Souls 4, or if they go that way.
Those ideas will eventually definitely make it into the From games. It's obvious that we can't talk about them, unfortunately. But,
but it's interesting to see how they work and like have huge things that they're envisioning, and then they kind of rotate it in a different way or completely remove it and do something different.
Go to that thing right behind the guy, Alex. The little statue looking thing.
Got it.
Hey, everybody in chat. Great to have you.
A year later.
Dude, Alex, it's better to do it naturally. There you go. You did it. You got it.
Hey.
And I have actual faith that you can actually beat this level as well.
Yeah. I agree with Dan. I think I can do this. I just didn't know how to heal in that boss battle. So I'm
Alex, you played Sekiro, right?
I did.
You're golden. You got this.
I'm set, baby.
Everybody was yelling for you to get there. Now they're cheering. Congratulations.
You did very well.
I'm a man of the people. Give them what they want. Oh, yeah. Good times.
Oh.
So a little off topic, PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of the hardware? The design?
We did have a great conversation on that at the GI show this week.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it here,
too. You two were on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could give my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, please.
Definitely.
I think it looks awesome. I think it looks like something sci-fi from like Portal or Mass Effect or something.
Yeah.
That you'd find like in your crew quarters or whatever. It's wild looking. I like the color tones of black and white. I don't think people are like, I want a black version. It's like, well, it's kind of 50% black already.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do an inverse of the shell. But yeah, I was blown away by the Ratchet and Clank demo in particular. Ooh. When he was doing the portal hopping, what was happening there was that SSD in the PlayStation 5 was loading up those new environments, full environments on the fly.
Yeah.
That is impressive. Like
that's
a difference maker. Like that game is sculpted just for that machine, right? And that's where I'm a little worried about Xbox Series X, where they're like, well, every game's going to work on every system. Xbox One, the new Halo, can you really push the limit?
Mm-hmm.
Really wow people when you are making it for current Gen 2? I don't know. We'll have to see when they show that stuff off, but getting to see like true next gen, these developers, they're just starting to iterate on these machines, but trying to push that SSD as far as they could right away. That's what you could tell. That's what Insomniac was doing with that idea for Ratchet and Clank. And it was very cool to see that.
Nice moves, Alex.
Thank
Use
you.
grass during your downtime.
Yeah.
Heal up.
That's what I was thinking. Also, good to know that fire does in fact burn.
Fire does burn, and they will get you. They know that's a consistent mechanic through the Souls series for sure. Yeah, Sekiro. Uncharted Steve says, "Did you all beat Sekiro?" I did. I'm not sure what these guys.
Yeah. Yep.
I did not. I
adore these games. I play them with passing the sticks with a friend, and they're amazing.
Oh, nice.
Amazing games.
Yeah, Sekiro was definitely, for me at least, it was the hardest of the games. But sometimes the first Souls game you play is the hardest. Sekiro's final boss I thought was just excessive, but man, whatever.
I heard it was wild. Yeah.
Yeah, Bosby. Bosby says you get plenty of moongrass to make your health full. Don't worry about using them. I did tell Alex that. I'm trying to help a little bit.
Yeah.
This isn't like a full Tim Turi, Dan Tack Dark Souls run, but I am going to give him a few tips.
I appreciate.
I actually think he can. I think he can handle this level no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to see everybody here. I can't believe we're getting. I mean, I can believe it. It was rumored forever, right? That Blue Point, like we've been hearing about that Blue Point Dark Demon Souls thing for a long time.
It's funny because the internet changed direction, right? They were rumoring about Demon Souls, and then someone's like, "Oh, it's
Bloodborne.
a Bloodborne remaster by Blue Point." And then so everybody started buying into that, and then all of a sudden it was like, "Oh no, it's."
Hey, you never know.
Soul.
You still might see Bloodborne PC.
Could be. Yeah.
Everything else is on PC.
Yeah. Was it you who tweeted yesterday, Dan? That like.
Yeah, I tweeted a question mark and a Bloodborne GIF. That does. People took it as I was saying it was coming into that presentation. It was a question mark.
Yeah.
What does a question mark mean to you?
Well, I was gonna ask too. You were the one who said too that like that was a PlayStation showcase. That wasn't,
correct,
to show like PC
if
stuff.
they were going to announce the PC port of Bloodborne, it wouldn't be at something where it's all about the PS5 and only the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hearing rumors that stuff that wasn't running on the true hardware was pulled from the show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's
why EA wasn't there. Like just certain big companies maybe were making cross-gen games. Were not included.
Absolutely, and that's something I think a lot of people have to understand about the summer of E3, is that a lot of big announcements might be staggered and spread out as opposed to the one day, the several days of glory that we're used to.
Yeah. Do you guys? I know it's one of the hardest stretches of the year, but do you miss being in LA like this week? Like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I adore E3. You get tired, you get worn down, you want to get home, but I mean, while you're there, when you're at the press conferences in particular, or just even watching them with other people in the industry on a phone or in your hotel room or whatever, a lobby somewhere, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just to be around everybody commenting on this stuff and seeing so many games get announced at once.
Mm-hmm.
Like your entire perception of games of what's coming is thrown through a loop, and you end up just walking out of there with a whole new appreciation of the medium. That's what I love about E3.
Yeah.
Especially in new generation years. Like I said, that Ratchet and Clank demo, we would have been talking about that late into the night. How they're accomplishing that and what that kind of idea how that can be used in different games. Those are the talks you have.
But Sony wasn't going to be
with devs.
Right?
What's that?
But Sony wasn't going to be at E3 anyway.
No, but I mean, they would have had some kind of showcase. Yeah.
Right.
Get your firebombs out of here, sir. I see through your
You're
trickery.
doing great. You're doing great, Alex.
It does definitely feel like Dark Souls 1.
Yeah. It's rough around the edges. This is like the rough cut game.
Yeah.
This is where all the ideas really coalesced. All of Miyazaki's core ideas,
Yeah.
that eventually grew through the other Souls games. But this one, man, I'm sure a lot of people already know the story, but this game was just an absolute disaster, and that's why Miyazaki got to work on it. He's just like, they're like, this game is unsalvageable. Do whatever you want to it. And Miyazaki's like, okay.
Wow.
And years later, he's the president of the company from the programmer that he was at the time.
Yeah.
He literally made the company on the back of this game that was basically a throwaway.
Oh no! I fell. All right, we're fine. We're good.
This game was supposed to be, an unsalvageable mess, and Miyazaki's like, all right, well, let me take a crack at it.
I got this. Yeah. That's really cool.
And he went from, being a level programmer, I think at the time, to the company president today.
Yeah.
On the back of the Soul series.
One of the more recognizable names in games.
For sure.
That's crazy.
It really is. And all that happened in 11 years.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Oof. That's quite the
actually,
rise.
I've been the president for a few years now, so.
How many games do they have in development at once? Do we even know at this point?
It's definitely more than one. I think it's around 3. They have 8 floors of office space. Okay,
Wow.
it's a big studio. A lot of people probably think that they're small and scrappy, but they have having been there several times. They've got a lot of space and a lot of people, and they're all working on different stuff. Like they've got when we were there for one trip, you've got the Sekiro floor, and then you got other game floor. I think they typically have about 3 projects going on at once.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, Alex.
Yeah.
We have Mark Galvin asking, no GI show this week. When is the GI show going live?
GI show should be live right now.
It is live now. I know it's live on the site. I don't know if I didn't see it go up on YouTube.
Okay. Let me...
Well, you don't have to do it now. You can play your game.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. Don't worry about it. Alex, focus on the game. Eat some grass. Why are you at half health? Eat grass.
I don't... my health bar can't go up past half right now.
I think Alex must have just hit the button. It just went out.
It was scheduled and it didn't go up.
Let me get the first comment on it. I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
Alex, stop working and get to work.
I know.
Garrett
Right?
Wayne Stock.
It's great to have everybody here for a celebration of Demon Souls. I gotta tell you, it's always great to go back and then look at this one. This is like the real rough recipe that has become a subgenre unto itself.
Ah, they got me with the boulder. That was good.
And a lot of the concepts that you see recurring through all the games, include like the falling boulder killing you.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
It's a big one. It's a classic. They love to use that one.
So Dan, I mean, this was like the hot genre for a while, right? Like,
I mean,
we had Lords of the Fallen and the Surge and stuff like that. But there's a through line that it's kind of these games where you just kind of pick away at them, right? Like the roguelikes, the Souls-likes, these types of games. What do you think it is about this thing that
he's new.
Makes it so engaging? Like being defeated, being beat down over and over, but getting one new health flask, changes your mind about like all these other encounters you had earlier, or getting a shield or something like that just completely changes your mindset. What do you think it is about these games?
So it's not the beatdown that defines the game. That's the key. Everybody thinks it is. Everybody thinks it's about the difficulty. It's not. It's about the triumph. It's about actually when you finally do beat one of those things that seems impossible.
Yeah.
That kind of rush does not occur unless the challenge is present.
Yeah, and the discovery, right? The amount of discovery you have in that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
player agency.
Exactly. You've got this set of tools, and it's up to you to figure out how the hell you're going to do the impossible with those tools. Beating a giant dragon with your little club. It seems completely impossible on the first few tries, right? You get in there and you're like, I hit the boss 3 times and I didn't even phase him, but a few tries later, maybe you're even a little better, and then maybe you give up for the day. I know that always helps me. Like, I just have to do a hard reset on some bosses. Just go to sleep. Yeah. You come back the next day and you beat it the first try, right? After you gave it 10 tries and you got destroyed. But like, and I do love the diversity of challenge. As J. Cole says in chat, Dark Eater Midear is awful. Dark Eater Midear is one of the hardest bosses in the series. Not the hardest, but one of the hardest.
What is the hardest?
I like those challenges. Well, Ishin, the Sword Saint from Sekiro, is, if we're counting Sekiro, is easily the hardest.
Who was the guy in Bloodborne? It was Father
Gascoigne.
Yeah. I remember he gave you fits the first time you played him.
He absolutely did, and that's because Bloodborne philosophy is very different than Souls philosophy. You try to play Bloodborne like Souls, you got to change things up a little bit in order to adapt. But after that actually was a smooth ride. But he's theoretically the first boss in that game, and he's harder than like 90% of the bosses in that game if you don't count the DLC. So
yeah,
I always wondered about that design philosophy. They really do hit you really hard out of the gate in Bloodborne, but it gets progressively easier, which is weird.
Gascoigne was in the cemetery, right?
Yeah, he's the good dude who turns into a werewolf.
Yeah, I think I cheesed that fight actually, if I remember.
Oh yeah,
right.
you're meant to use the gravestones as cover if you can.
Yes, that's what it was.
He's a very violent beast.
Yes.
And his fight is amazing. His fight is indicative of how amazing that game is because it's a multifaceted fight. So in this game, Miyazaki loves the fire up mechanic where bosses have phase transitions and they do different things.
Mm-hmm.
This game doesn't really have that. This game is just kind of like, here's the guy. This is what he does. Learn what he does and kill him. And in future games, he's gotten way more into the whole philosophy behind like, oh, if you get this boss down to 50%, now he's going to do something way nastier. And with Gascoigne, he literally turns into a werewolf that's going to eat you up and slaughter you.
And does.
And even add a story beat to that fight where you can use the music box. That fight's legendary. Soundtrack to that fight gets me fired up. I can freak out to that. It's good. So Bosby in chat, perfect experience. This is a perfect thing to say. Like, different bosses treat different people differently. Like Vicar Amelia never gave me any problems, but I know Tim had a lot of problems with Vicar Amelia. Like every boss is different. Everybody's like, oh, that boss was really hard. Oh, that boss was really hard. There are certain bosses that transcend it, like the bosses that are purposely made super hard, like Nameless King, Orphan of Kos, you know, Ornstein Smoke for some, Ornstein Smoke for most. But the ultra powerful optional bosses like Dark Eater Midear, Gale, all those, the DLC bosses basically are the challenge mode bosses in many cases, right? God, I forgot, you know, I went back and played Dark Souls 2 Scholar, because I never played through Scholar before. I went back and played through Scholar, that was a couple months ago, and man, some of those DLC bosses, which I'd already done the DLC in the base version, but they are tough, man. Like King Knight and Sir Alan and those guys, you know, I was like, alright, alright, anyway. Back to
Alex, the podcast they're saying is now on the YouTube channel as of 4 minutes ago. Did you just post that as you were playing?
I don't comment on rumors and speculation. I just hope our audience enjoys our content. Yeah.
How did you do that?
Alex, pop off your health, man. You got enough grab.
Yeah, eat some grab,
dude. My health bar only goes halfway. It got taken down when I died to the main boss.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
We can get that back up.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
What's the one you can go upstairs to fight it? In which game? Dark Souls 2? That would be Sir Alan. Anyway, all the games are great, including this one. But this is like this. People either tend to love this one or hate this one because it's got that rough chunkiness to it where you can tell that this game is way rough around the edges.
Yeah.
But even so, it's got a lot of soul to it.
Nah, you can edit that out, Alex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What do I think of Scholar? I like Scholar. I think they may have gone like Scholar was definitely like an overreaction to people saying the game was too easy, so they just put impossibly hard stuff in there.
Turn this up to 10,000 here.
Yeah, you know, I think I like the base version better, but Scholar was fun too.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get a collection of all of them for next gen?
Yeah.
All 3 Dark Souls games?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's an inevitability.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Do you guys, on that point, do you guys like the trend of the remakes and the remasters? Do you think we're doing it too much, too little? Or do you just want a new place to revisit these games and rekindle that love?
You know, this year in particular has been the remasters are basically new games. Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake are very different than the original games. I like both of those series. I like those characters. I like what they were back in the day, and it was fascinating to go through those again. I wasn't as high on Final Fantasy 7 as other people, the remake. You know, I thought it lost some of its charm, and you know, a lot of that charm doesn't hold up today. So they made good choices in changing it up, but just how it reflected on what was there from yesteryear, I don't think was as impressive. So I thought it was kind of a step down. But again, I liked Cloud and Eris and seeing those characters again. But I was kind of done with it pretty quick, right? Like I was like, I get it. You know, I'll see this through to the end, but. It really wasn't just like, oh my god, it's blown my mind again.
Yeah.
I wish they would do a new IP instead. Whereas Resident Evil 2 and 3, I was like, these are awesome. Bring on all of them. You know, do Code Veronica, do Zero, do all those. I love this. Boy, Village looks amazing.
Right, Village does look really great, honestly. Whereas this one is more of a traditional remake from what we've seen.
Yeah, and if Capcom wants to put all their resources in different Resident Evil games, giving us classics, and then a year later, like a whole new one, I'm all about it. That's awesome. What about you, Dan?
This one's going to be a big question. Well, this is going to be a more traditional remake from what we have seen. It's just going to be. It's not going to be like Resident Evil 2, where they're building it all from the ground up asset-wise, but not. I don't think they're going to change the gameplay. Man, that sounds
more like. That sounds more like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, right? Where it's like new visuals, modern day sheen, but it is pixel perfect in terms of box placement and wall placement to the original game.
Exactly. I don't know, remakes. I think when you go back to PS3 era, like this game in particular, I don't think a lot of people have played this game because it was a pain in the butt to play it on PS3. Honestly, when you can play the rest of the Souls games on pretty much anything now.
Yeah.
With the exception of Bloodborne, PC when, you know.
Yeah.
There's also something to be said of like PlayStation 1 games. Just, I mean, they don't look good.
Yeah.
You know, like you go back and look at like Tomb Raider 1 and it's like, I think I'm in a cave. I can't tell. It's just really pixelated. You know, back in the day, we had to use our imagination to make it look real to a degree.
Yeah.
So I think bringing those games back that were important in a big way, in a modern way, is cool to see. But I worry about, like, you know, are we going to remaster the PS4 games on PS5? You know what I mean? Like, how much of that do we need to do? Or can they just be carried over? They're good enough. Let's move on and move into the future. Once the well of PS1 and PS2 dries up, maybe we won't see as many remakes, but we'll see.
Well, something really interesting about this remake in particular is how Sony took down some of the text they had in the YouTube video, the announcement trailer, where they had announced that there was something called a fractured mode in this game.
What's that?
I have no idea. It was not elaborated on, and they took the text out around 12 hours after the trailer went up. We can guess. We can sort of guess at what a fractured mode might be. I probably, if I had to guess, of course, complete speculation, I'd say it's probably like, you know, world and bosses out of order, sort of like how some of the mods are doing with Dark Souls now.
Yeah.
Where you could see any boss anywhere. And but again, pre-speculation, I have no idea what fractured mode is, and they apparently didn't want to talk about it at this point since they removed the text.
Took it down pretty quick.
It is going to be something in this remake, apparently.
Yeah.
Someone asking for Darth Mike asking for a Shadow Tower on PS5 remake.
I think we can never remake Shadow Tower. Ever.
Why?
Have you played Shadow Tower? We've played Shadow Tower together. I think we replayed it. I think we did. I think we did.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's terrible. That game is ass.
Wow. And Tack.
I bought that game as a kid. I think that might have been a From Software game. But PS1. I bought that game and I took it home and I was like, "What is this?
Yeah.
It is the worst. It is the worst."
Hey, Alex.
Duke
Faison is saying, retrieve your lost souls, but don't fight the red-eyed dude.
I saw that. Okay. All right.
Well, if you saw it, why aren't you getting your stuff?
I just saw his comment.
Alex, you're doing great. You're doing great, buddy. All right.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
I as someone who used to be playing Dark Souls remastered on Switch, this definitely feels right at home with that. And then I was playing that, and then someone broke into my car and stole my backpack in which I had the Dark Souls copy in, so that ended that.
Wow.
That was a fun night.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucked ass, as you so eloquently said earlier.
Whoa.
Gentlemen.
I was keeping it clean.
Okay.
You had to turn. I was. It was an elegant usage of the word.
Ah, I see.
Bowser Penguin, yes, I've noticed the stream chat bot is not there either, so I'm only seeing chat on Twitch. So.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had some serious technical difficulties here getting the show up
did.
and running, but Alex did it.
Yes, we did.
He was under his desk for a while. Dan and I were kind of doing color commentary as he was under his desk trying to figure out what was happening.
Yeah, I may have been actively crying under my desk and just not letting them see, but
that's what I said. I was like, I bet he's down there crying.
He did say that.
Yeah.
We had a lot of the samey questions come up. But yeah, we did talk about the Demon Souls multiplayer and how world tendency and character tendency are two aspects. Gosh, I don't know how Bluepoint's going to handle those. Like, if they could keep them the same, they could. I don't know.
How long does this dude chase me for?
I'm
gonna enter the fog. I'm gonna enter the fog. Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, he's still coming. Oh no! This didn't go.
We do usually read everything, Bowser, but there's no like retweet or restream thing piping in the hot chat from YouTube for me, so that's all I can see.
Sweet chat. Duke Faison, I'm pretty sure you told me to go get my souls because you knew he was gonna eternally chase me, and now I have to worry about him at all times.
You're doing great. Look at you, like cautiously using your shield. I mean, I'm watching some good play here. You got you're working the body a little bit.
He's still coming. Help me!
Well, I guess your only choice is to take him out, dude.
Oh God. This is my nightmare. You know what? Where's Duke Faison? Yeah, I see you. I know what you did here.
Duke's just trying to help you out. Oh.
Yeah. When I have 8 people stabbing me in the back, I think that makes it a little harder.
Slow. It's all good. You got this.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll get through this next part quicker. And now I don't have to go up and see the red-faced guy. So I can just go get my souls from down there.
Exit Dust, what rough edges are you speaking of specifically? You're gonna have to be clear about that. Super replay, what a great idea.
We should do it.
I think Alex would jump off a cliff before we finish this one.
Hey man, as long as if we can do it off air, great. I never want to stream with the PlayStation 3, man. This thing was aggressively unhelpful. But
yeah.
We're here.
We're here. We're playing. We're having a great time.
And now I'm speed running.
You are. You're getting good. See, that's when you know you've made it in Souls, when you stop fighting anything.
Yeah.
And you just run past everything to the boss. That's when you're doing it right.
Yeah.
It was funny when I was first playing Dark Souls games at Game Informer. I was very much like you, Alex, with my shield up, sword, fully armored. And then I see Dan playing, and his character's pretty much naked. He's just carrying the log.
Yeah.
And I'm battling everyone, and Dan's just rolling through the woods, running past everybody. I was like, it opened my eyes. I was like, that is a whole different way to play the game.
Yeah.
You can play it in so many different ways. Yeah, I mean, I do love, generally, to take builds that let me use a giant two-handed club and just run around, smashing stuff. I mean, and again, that build diversity is one of the reasons why I like the core Souls games more than Sekiro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a lot of flack for playing Sorcerer.
I do. As the games go on, they made magic less and less powerful. But in this game in particular, magic is out of this world overpowered. Like, it is crazy. Like, you can just blow the game up with magic in this game.
Yeah.
And it's still really strong in Demon Souls, and then they started to kind of dial it back. It's just because the game, I didn't give him. Okay, I gave Reiner a little crap. I didn't give him a ton of crap. All right. It's. I prefer to get in and start smashing things. Meat and gristle in my teeth.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And the playing when you just sit back and roll around and shoot stuff when the boss can never hit you. That hasn't been a Dark Souls playstyle for me.
Not for you.
There's nothing against using magic. Magic school build, and I'm glad you can take it if you want to.
Just play how you want to play,
Yeah.
Exit, I have talked about
Kind of.
I do think that Blue Point should take some liberties with this remake and offer something new. I know it will piss off the core fans. I know it will, but I think if you're gonna be doing everything from the ground up, don't be afraid to put a little. Don't get crazy. Don't But you can change a few things around if you want to.
Do you borrow from the Souls games that came after, or are you kind of stealing from a different dev then? But
now here's the
same time, it's part of the same kind of series, right?
Right. And the really crazy part is, again, if they do the 6 Arkstone, they did the giant Arkstone, I don't know how they do that. They're going to be are they going to use, do they have access to From Software's original design documents for that zone that never happened? Yeah. Or do they make their own zone from scratch? Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be, no matter what, I want that to happen. I want that zone. Demon Souls fans have been asking the mystery of the lost zone forever, right? I would love to see that zone come back. Even if it sucks, just make it optional, right?
Yeah, give us a look at what it was. You know,
right.
The stairs in the tower, not the fog gate.
Alex is doing great. He's learning. He's exploring.
Yeah.
You'll be able to level up after you complete the zone.
Okay. Should I not be going down here though?
I encourage you to explore.
Yeah, me too. We got about 10 minutes left, Alex.
Okay. Oh, he hit nice and hard there.
Eat some grass.
Eat some
You
grass.
eat a lot of grass in this game.
No.
So the grass system is similar to the blood vial system in Bloodborne, and people hate it they don't like it farming consumables. So I get that.
God, it feels good to. I didn't do it there, but the behind the back, just impaling, always feels so good.
It's a classy move for a classy gentleman like yourself.
Like myself. And
So
I
what
got
are you
my
thinking,
souls
Alex?
back. Yes, sir.
You're playing a game from 2009, the first kind of Soulsy type of game. How's it feel?
I actually am, because this is my first time with this. I'm impressed with how well it holds up. I think because a lot of the talk yesterday and then even on stream today was how rough around the edges it was, but it doesn't feel that much worse. And granted, very early on here, it doesn't feel that much worse than like the original Dark Souls did when I was replaying it. So it feels like even me who isn't fully versed in these games, like I have some experience in it, and I think it holds up, and it's so far like I'm having fun playing it. Other than trying not to die in front of our hundreds of viewers here.
Yeah, well, you know what we should do, Alex? We should get a couple of pizzas,
A couple of pies.
Just play Dark Souls all weekend. You know?
Actually,
Sound good?
that sounds fun, man.
Oh, good.
Can we just like, can we just hug each other at the end of it too? Just pretend everything's okay.
I'll stream though.
Okay.
It's gonna be all live.
Well, of course you have to stream the hug.
How long do you think it would take you? How many episodes, Dan? If they're an hour each, you going through, you playing,
Me
only
playing.
you. Yeah.
Game.
Not Alex.
Demon Souls.
Demons? Oh boy. God, I forget how. This is a shorter game than the other ones, so I don't know. 15? I'm gonna give myself a buffer. I forget how long this one is. I know it's way shorter than the other. Maybe 10. It would be pretty quick. I think in comparison to the Souls games. This one's shorter than any of the other ones. You can get through this game pretty quick if you know what you're doing. It has been a very long time since I played it, but it's like riding a bike.
When's the last time you put him in?
It's been 7 years.
Okay.
You might as well just hold off until the new one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the plan.
I saw people saying there was something about a shortcut, but I am not.
Just Alex.
I'm gonna keep
the whole
pushing.
time, you got a Zen mode.
Keep going,
Be
man.
yourself.
Yep.
Get in there. You'll find your way. That's what these games are all about, man. We're talking about these games on a philosophical level. These games are about finding yourself. I'm not even. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. I know it sounds insane. That's why these games are so impactful. Nothing like beating a boss in one of these games that you can never beat.
Yeah.
You get this sense that is rare in a video game, right? It's just this triumphant moment that cannot be matched.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree. Just getting there is the
too far. I think they went too far on Ishin, to be honest with you. That's the Sekiro final boss. I think they may have
they just
dialed it up a little bit too much to get that experience. Here we go, Alex. Here we go.
It was hard just to be hard.
I think again, I didn't knock the game for it, but yeah, I think he was excessively difficult.
Cody Bratt asks, do you think George R.R. Martin has played Demon Souls?
Whoa! What's happening? What's going on? What's happening?
Well, we don't know yet. We're a little behind. Oh yeah, there we go.
You knew that was coming at some point, didn't you?
I mean, yeah.
Hey, what's that temple in Dark Souls 1 that's super hard? With just random boulders falling, guys around corners? What was the name of that?
Sen's Fortress. Yes.
Sen's Fortress, yeah. Oh man, that was great.
See,
that place is like it's literally all that, Alex.
Yeah.
Just trapped everywhere.
Great.
Yeah.
Betsy
lizards.
Yeah. Betsy Hammer tried to help me there. Said, "Uh-oh, danger ahead." And I should have heeded that warning.
Yeah, Mellotron says balls. That might have helped.
Yeah.
Might have helped.
Yeah.
But we can end there. I think
good,
that's a pretty good
spot.
Yeah. A good look at the game. Nice work, I would say, overall. What do you think, Dan?
I think for Alex's first time with this game, I think he did an admirable job.
I you know what? I'll take he has potential. I didn't kill it today, but we had a stream.
Take on a boss, but we'll get to that because me and Alex are gonna get a couple pizzas. We're gonna get a couple of cuts.
God,
cuts of pizza, and we're gonna play through Souls right now. Right now.
No, not right now. All right.
But before you leave our channel, the Game Informer show, that full episode is up. We're talking about breaking down the PlayStation 5 press conference and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Also, check out Andy McNamara's review of The Last of Us Part 2. You don't have to read it. It's a video review done by Alex.
Hello.
And he might have even just made that as he was playing Demon Souls. We don't know.
Yeah.
He's a man of many talents.
Yeah,
a 10 out of 10 review. So find out why. Check that out. And then we will be back in 7 short days with another live episode of Replay. We'll see you then, everyone.
Thanks, chat. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.